Okay, I'll give this a shot. I'm actually using a real camera here, and it's low battery. Okay, and I gotta get to work here. I thought about doing it. I wanted to do it on my $200 Motorola Costco phone. I really wanted to like go full poverty mode, but I don't have enough space because, well, the new version of the phone cut the internal storage in half. So I don't have enough space to do it on my phone. Maybe short videos. I can do like quick things in my car, stuff like that. But this first one I'm going to try to bang out on an actual camera. So apologies for the high quality. I don't even know if it's going to last, honestly. But I wanted to start a little reading journal because basically I'm going through like big classics, like the books that are on your list your whole life, and you're like, yeah, of course I'm going to read it, of course I'm going to read it, and then you don't. So I'm just literally just going one after another. I just read The Count of Monte Cristo most recently, which was of course the first work of reality TV. And now I'm reading. Whoa, my camera must fall over. I do own a tripod, of course. I own a tripod, but I can't find that. I always lose the thing for it. So it's on a Kobo and a Crayola box fitting. So yeah, I'm reading Don Quixote here. And yeah, I just thought, like, as life has gotten crazier, both for me personally, especially, and the world outside, my reading brain and the like has just, it's being flexed less and less, and I don't really have the capacity, I guess, to remember things and recall things like I was before. So I figured I needed like a reading journal, but writing it down would take the amount of time I have set aside for reading. So I figured just like quick videos, upload them, and then people that I know that are kind of in the same world maybe can enjoy them, engage with them, or something like that. But it's pretty funny because, like, up until kind of recently, longer than I like to admit, I was reading a lot and really deep into history, ecology, literature, things like that, to the point where I probably could have given like a pretty subpar bad lecture about the stuff, but a lecture nonetheless. And now, like, I don't know, I would need some kind of very specific prompt. Oh, sorry, I'm getting text. I would need some sort of like very specific prompt or something like that to be able to get going. So, even though I'm a dumbass, this is still like the worst time to be doing this kind of stuff. Funny enough. So apologies for that. This is like, I'm at my worst, my most flustered. But that's also the exact reason why I want to do something like this, because I want to like actually remember what I'm reading and get back into it and get to the place I was at before, ideally. Because I actually have wanted to make a YouTube channel for a long time. Not this, but basically this, yeah, a channel about like my interests and stuff, but just, be able to actually execute some specific ideas. Like if, 'cause I'm a filmmaker, actually, or at least was. Artist. I consider myself an artist. I write some poetry, things like that. So, if documentary was like the highest version of like funneling my interests into something and creating something, and then like, doing nothing is the bottom, and then like one step up is like just talking to your phone, which is still great, like Orpheus and people like that. I kind of wanted to be somewhere between like that and like maybe like a polished video essay. Just so like I'm not afraid to throw some edits in there, that's fun for me. And just like scratch that itch, because the artist stuff is like above that. I can't even get to that properly right now. So YouTube channel was like a consolation prize. And then this is like the consolation of the consolation prize, I guess you could say. But I'm still gonna just do it. Hopefully it evolves into something that I had more in mind, or not. I'm not really too worried about it at all. Just want to like have a avenue or yeah, like a place to like talk about the stuff and scratch that itch. But yeah, I've just put it off for so long. It's been always in the back of my mind, but I guess I've just had some weird like ego hang-ups about it too, because being an artist and all, like I think about like that this Malick quote I really like that Brad Pitt actually said. I don't even know where to look. He said like he builds houses, he doesn't sell real estate. So I always kind of like wondered, like, is this like selling real estate kind of thing? Like, can you imagine Malick making a YouTube channel? But then I thought, if he did, that'd be so sick, and I would definitely watch all of it. And every time I think about it, it seems really fun. And every time, and it comes to mind a lot. Like, I think just when you're interested in this stuff, like, even if you're not a critic or something like that, criticism and adjacent things are just like inherent, inevitable, and it just feels good to talk about. So I'm gonna do this video journal thing, or the reading journal video thing, but like I'll talk about other stuff, movies, music, whatever, include all that stuff. So I don't know, that's a really like haphazard intro to what this is that I guess probably wasn't even needed, but we're gonna talk about the book a little bit before this dies. Yikes. So I'm on page 109, and before I get like specific into specific stuff I like about it, like maybe in later videos, I'm just gonna, because I'm already 109 pages in, I'm just gonna kind of give my first impressions of it. You're probably, if you're watching this, you're familiar with the story, so I don't need to go through like plot things. Basically, it's right after the funeral with Marcella, and I guess the biggest thing between what I expected and what I've read so far is how much of a dick Don Quixote is. This guy's not afraid to just stab someone who looks at him wrong, and I thought he was a bit more of like a kind of like a jester, kind of a wholesome idiot sort of thing, and he kind of is that, but I'm just surprised by how like cutthroat this dude is, and he's ready to like square up with anybody and get beaten up badly too, but which is funny. It's like kind of slapsticky, but yeah, I'm like initially was like, oh man, I didn't realize he was gonna go there and just like kill people, but it actually makes for some of the funniest parts in the book, like maybe my favorite part, like humor-wise, because it is hilariously funny. I'm laughing out loud all the time, which is like, I guess, you know, for like the guys on my work crew, it's like laughing at a book from the 16th century or something is like, you know, but that's why it is the first, I mean, not to say I think that that's weird, but, or not possible, but like, it does speak to it being like that first modern novel. There's a ironic quality in this, like the irony, like basically its irony is like the standout for me so far in the wit and what makes it modern, and why I can see why it's considered the first modern novel outside of its construction and its kind of like, you know, formal experimentation, which I haven't really got too much much of yet, but this kind of like ironic quality that's through everything, how it's like a parody of these old knight tales and whatnot is like the modern quality that stands out to me most, and I'm like so impressed with, because it feels, yeah, like if you wrote this book today you probably wouldn't change anything, maybe a bit of the language or something like that, but yeah, those two things. And then yeah, specifically for humor, my favorite part is when he's holding vigil over his armor and these guys are keep coming up to feed the goats, and they're like, what is this armor doing here? And they toss it out of the way, and then Quixote comes in and just gives him one, and well deserved, yeah. And then there's something I could specifically speak to if this doesn't die. I'll be so pissed if this dies, but again,